The hospital room was cold and quiet, except for the steady sound of the heart monitor. On the white bed, Tom lay motionless. The once strong, cheerful man was now nothing more than a body kept alive by machines. His face was pale, expressionless, and his eyes were closed as if he were sleeping in a never-ending dream. The long days in a coma had taken away the family's hope. After much effort, the doctors had to accept the heartbreaking truth. Tom was no longer able to recover. Tomorrow, the family will face a devastating decision: to remove life support and let Tom die peacefully. No one wants it, but they have to accept it. In the sad eyes of his wife, Kate, there is a world of pain and helplessness. She squeezes her husband's hand, whispers her last words of love, hoping for a miracle. But the room remains silent. Hope is now a fragile thread, ready to break at any moment. Everyone thinks this will be the final separation.
The door to the hospital room opened slightly, and Max, Tom's loyal white Labrador, walked in heavy silence. Max would usually run to Tom's side, wagging his tail and looking happy. But today, he wasn't like that. There was no hurried running, no happy barking. Max walked slowly, step by step, as if he sensed something was different. He walked towards the hospital bed, staring at Tom's motionless face. "Go, Max, say goodbye," Kate whispered, her voice choking. But Max had no intention of saying goodbye. He gently touched Tom's hand with his nose, then laid his head on his chest, lying still. No tail wagging, no whining. He just lay there, as if listening, as if waiting for something deeper than the silence. Time passed, each minute heavy. The doctors exchanged glances, ready to signal the nurse to take the dog away. But just as the nurse stepped forward, Max suddenly moved. His ears pricked up, his tail stiffened. He jumped up, put his nose to Tom's face, and barked loudly. The sound tore through the stuffy air. "Hush, Max," Kate whispered, but Max didn't stop. He barked, whined, and nudged Tom with his paw, as if calling him back. Max's bark echoed through the room, startling everyone. The doctors froze, and Kate held her breath, her eyes fixed on her husband. Max didn't stop. He whined and tried to touch Tom with his front paws, as if to wake him from the depths of his dream. And then the unexpected happened. The vital signs monitors suddenly started beeping. The fragile, weak pulse suddenly jumped. The heart rate increased. The blood pressure began to fluctuate. A doctor almost muttered, not believing his eyes, while the nurse hurriedly checked the indicators. This could just be a temporary reaction, one of them said softly, but the surprise in their eyes was undisguised. Kate held Tom's hand tighter than ever, tears welling in her eyes as she saw the first movement. A soft moan from the man who had been silent forever. "Tom, can you hear me?" she called out, choking. His fingers moved. No one spoke. The room was filled with shock and amazement. Max sat next to Tom now, no longer barking. He just stared at his master, his eyes filled with hope and a firm belief that he would return. No one in the room dared to breathe. Everyone stood transfixed by the miracle unfolding before their eyes. Just a few minutes ago, Tom had been a name between life and death, held in existence by machines. And now, he was making a sound. There was a sign of response. Then the miracle happened. Tom's lips moved slightly. A deep, audible breath escaped his chest, no longer a mechanical one, but a natural, conscious breath. His heavy eyelids fluttered, then slowly opened. The world seemed to stop. The first sight he saw after so long in the dark was Max's face, his eyes filled with love and unconditional loyalty. "Hey, buddy," Tom whispered, his voice hoarse. Kate burst into tears. She held her husband's hand, as if afraid that if she let go, everything would vanish like a dream. The doctors were completely dumbfounded. No one could explain what had happened. The vital signs, which had been so fragile, so close to zero, were now rising little by little, with every breath, every blink of Tom's eye. Max licked his master's cheek, his tail wagging continuously, as if the four-legged boy understood that what he believed in until the end had come true. Max did not come to say goodbye. He came to awaken the lost soul, to bring his beloved friend back. And he did. That day, Doctors recorded a rare case in medicine. A patient in a deep coma who seemed to have no chance of survival responded and woke up just a few minutes after meeting his dog. No device, no medical treatment could explain it. But in the hearts of all those present that day, they understood one thing clearly. It was not a miracle of science. It was a miracle of love, of the inseparable loyalty between a human and his four-legged friend. Max was more than just a dog. He was family, the friend who had been there for Tom, through his good days and his darkest days. Though he couldn't speak, Max sensed what no one else could. Tom wasn't ready to go. And in what seemed like his final moments, Max did the only thing he could: awaken his cold heart with his truest love. Max and Tom's story not only touched the whole family, but also spread as a living symbol of hope. Because sometimes it is the seemingly small creatures that carry within them a great power, the power to hold on to life, to awaken faith, and to prove that true love is never lost, even in the deepest darkness. Tom is back. But more than that, he's back with a lesson we all need to remember. Love, whether it comes from a human or a loyal dog, can always work miracles.